Good afternoon, Mr. Mytaher Haskuka. You are the mayor of Prizren, the second town of the Kosovo. And good afternoon, Mr. Bojken Abazi. You are the international secretary of the movement Autodetermination, the main opposition party in Kosovo. But I will start with one question with you, the mayor of Prizren. You are here in Paris to attend a cultural event tonight organized by several organizations like Patrimoine Sans Frontières, Association Albania, and also Centre Culturel du Kosovo in France. So could you tell me more about what is this diversity of the cultural heritage of Prizren, and maybe what are the obstacles to promote it?
Yeah. So first, Prizren is, as you said, second city in Kosovo, and also it is regarded as historical capital of Kosovo because of its cultural heritage and historical past, and it comes from Roman times. We have a castle, we have many religious objects like architectonic heritage. And what is important in this regard is that Prizren is one of the very few cities in the world where when you take a picture, you can take a picture of where there is an Orthodox church, Catholic church, and mosque in the same frame, because they are very nearby, and it tells about the past of the Prizren, where people from many different backgrounds, both religious, ethnic, and in terms of language, live together and continue to live together to these days. So in this regard, we are trying to preserve this and to take this into the future. So in terms of work of the municipality for this, we are trying actually to preserve the historical center of Prizren through basically overlooking any new constructions, trying to reconstruct the old buildings where actually we have some problems in terms of implementation and opening of many architectonic and religious sites for the tourists and for the visitors. In this regard, for example, I have made a request from the Orthodox Church to have some of their sites open for the visitors. However, we didn't have a very good cooperation in this regard until now. Also with the reconstruction of some houses where municipality is also trying to invest and to reconstruct old buildings. We have problems especially with Belgrade in terms of cooperation and having people coming back and investing in those and getting an agreements. However, I think we'll overcome this until the end of the mandate.
Yeah, thank you very much. So you are making the good connection with maybe the relation with Serbia, so the dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia, because probably there is a consequence of that into the management of Prizren cultural heritage. So maybe Bojken Abazi, you could tell us more about where does this dialogue stand today, and maybe what are the alternatives you could propose for the dialogue.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today at Fondación Jaurés. And I would like to start by saying that the Republic of Kosovo is a parliamentary republic. It doesn't have the same mixed presidential system that France has. The role of the president in Kosovo is a lot more ceremonial when compared to the role of the president here. So in Kosovo we have a president that is talking on behalf of the state of Kosovo without a mandate from parliament, without a team, without principles, and without a platform for the dialogue. In many ways, one can consider this approach the president is taking similar to that of a renegade of the republic, I would have to say. In contrast to these actions of the president, who is talking on his own and without mandate from parliament, we are proposing 4 steps. The first step is for us to take a look and evaluate what has happened since 2011, when this dialogue started, and it stopped in 2017. There is 33 agreements that have been made. There is a report made by Parliament, finally in September of this year, made by the government, presented to Parliament, but the Parliament is refusing to discuss the report. One of the reasons why this may be is because none of the agreements have been respected in full by Serbia. So that is the first step, evaluate what has happened. The second step for us is important to set our goals and list our requests. We have to keep in mind, when talking, for example, about cultural heritage, that Serbia has stolen numerous heritage artifacts, cultural artifacts from Kosovo, which are currently showcased in Serbia as Serbian heritage. But on top of that, Serbia has a criminal history in Kosovo with over 13,000 civilians killed, 20,000 women raped, 100,000 houses destroyed, over 200,000 cattle destroyed, and the missing is not still being returned in Kosovo. There's still families waiting to know what has happened with their dear ones. So we believe that it's crucial for the state of Kosovo to state its request and ask for war reparations. And after this second step, we believe we should stop and have early elections. The current government is delegitimized, it does not have the majority. And as you have followed the news, we failed even in joining Interpol after failing to join UNESCO. So the international status of Kosovo is not improving. Rather the contrary, it is deteriorating also because of these actions taken by our renegade president. Step 3, which we propose after elections and after a new democratic legitimacy has been established, is for us to draft a platform with principles. And as a last step, step 4, so this was step 3, I'm sorry, and step 4 would be to form a strategy, form a team with a strategy and leadership that can present the requests. And we believe that out of these 4 steps, they all should be public and transparent, except for the strategy, which we believe we should keep to ourselves internally in order to gain the most out of this dialogue with Serbia.
Okay, thank you very much for this message. I think it will be well taken. All the
Thank
best.
you.